Hello students, in this video I Abhay Kumar going to discuss BSEB Bihar 12th Board Physics Paper Examination 2019 Multiple Choice Objective Questions for English Medium students Class 12 Physics. Section A, Objective Type Questions, Set E of BSEB 12th Physics Examination 2019 Bihar Board. Question number 1 to 35 have 4 options, out of which only one is correct. You have to mark your selected option on the OMR sheet. इस सेट में जो कि सेक्शन ए है ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चंस, मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस. इट इज सेट ई ऑफ द क्वेश्चन पेपर आउट ऑफ सेवरल सेट्स. इस सेट में कुल 35 क्वेश्चंस हैं, 1 to 35, जिनमें प्रत्येक में 4 ऑप्शंस दिए गए हैं और उसमें से एक ऑप्शन को OMR शीट में जो एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में प्रोवाइड होता है तो उसमें ब्लू या ब्लैक पेन से करेक्ट ऑप्शन के सर्किल को फुली कवर्ड करना है, उसका कोई पोर्शन खाली ना रह जाए उस सर्किल का. Question number 1 is, in a step-up transformer, number of turns in primary and secondary coils are given. Capital N1, that is number of turns in the primary coil of a step-up transformer, and N2 is the number of turns in the secondary coil of a step-up transformer. Then option A, N1 is greater than N2, B, N2 is greater than N1, C, N1 is equal to N2, and D, N1 is equal to 0. Out of 4 options, option B is correct, N2 is greater than N1, because in a step-up transformer in which AC voltage is increased, having number of turns of insulated copper wire in secondary coil is larger than that of the primary coil. So option B is correct, N2 is greater than N1. और स्टेप अप ट्रांसफार्मर में जो लो AC वोल्टेज को हाई AC वोल्टेज में कन्वर्ट करता है, उसके सेकेंडरी कॉइल में नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स की संख्या, नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स सेकेंडरी कॉइल में प्राइमरी कॉइल के रिस्पेक्ट में नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स से अधिक होता है. सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट, N2 इज ग्रेटर देन N1 इन ए स्टेप अप ट्रांसफार्मर. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, द डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रोपेगेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव इज, ऑप्शन ए पैरेलल टू बी वेक्टर, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बी वेक्टर, ऑप्शन बी पैरेलल टू इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डी वेक्टर, ऑप्शन सी पैरेलल टू बी वेक्टर क्रॉस ई वेक्टर, and option D parallel to E cross B vector. So the direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave is perpendicular to the plane containing E vector and B vector, that is along or parallel to E vector cross B vector. So option D is correct. The direction of propagation of EM wave is parallel to E vector cross E vector, and this is a very important objective multiple choice objective questions. It is usually asked in all state boards examinations as well as in CBSE board examination. In all boards, this question is usually asked. Now question number 3, a convex lens refractive index n is equal to 1.5 is immersed in water of refractive index n is equal to 1.33. Then it behaves as a option A converging lens, option B diverging lens, option C prism, D concave mirror. Correct option is converging lens. यदि किसी कॉन्वेक्स लेंस को जिसका कि रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स उस लिक्विड में डुबाया जाए, डिप किया जाए, इमर्ज किया जाए, जैसे कि लिक्विड वाटर है जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.33 है, तब वह लेंस बिहेव करेगा कॉन्वेक्स लेंस, कन्वर्जिंग लेंस जैसा ही. लेकिन जब किसी कॉन्वेक्स लेंस को जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स, क्योंकि कॉन्वेक्स लेंस ग्लास का बना है, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.5 है, 3/2 और 1.5, तो उसको वैसे द्रव में डुबाया जाए, वैसे ड्रॉप में इमर्ज किया जाए, वैसे लिक्विड में इमर्ज किया जाए जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स लेंस मटेरियल या लेंस के मटेरियल जैसे डेट इज ग्लास के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से ज़्यादा हो, तो वैसी सिचुएशन में वह कन्वेक्स लेंस डाइवर्जिंग लेंस जैसा बिहेव करता है। तो जैसे कि बेंजीन जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.6 है, उसमें अगर किसी कॉन्वेक्स लेंस को इमर्ज किया जाए जिसके मटेरियल का दैट इज ग्लास का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.5 है, तो उस सिचुएशन में कॉन्वेक्स लेंस डाइवर्जिंग लेंस या कॉन्वेक्स लेंस जैसा बिहेव करता है। और लेंस मेकर फार्मूला 1/f इक्वल टू n-1, n मीन्स एयर नॉट ग्लास। If the lens is immersed in water, then refractive index is WNG. That is refractive index of glass with respect to air. If the lens is in air and while the lens is immersed in water, then we can write refractive index NH WNG. That is refractive index of glass, that is lens with respect to water. So lens maker formula 1/f equals to n-1 1/r1 1/r2 का यूज करके पहले एयर में फोकल लेंथ मालूम कर लेंगे। एयर में फोकल लेंथ उसका राइट लिखेंगे और उसके बाद जब वाटर में इमर्ज किया जाएगा तो उस सिचुएशन में क्या फोकल लेंथ होगा, माने उसमें फोकल लेंथ क्या होगा वाटर में, दोनों का रेशियो लेंगे। तो वह रेशियो अगर लिक्विड का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स लेंस मटेरियल ग्लास के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से कम है तब तो लेंस का फोकल लेंथ पॉजिटिव आएगा, और अदरवाइज अगर लिक्विड का ही जिस लिक्विड में लेंस को कन्वेक्स लेंस को इमर्ज किया जाएगा उसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ज़्यादा होगा लेंस के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से, लेंस मटेरियल के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से, तब उस लेंस का फोकल लेंथ वाटर में इमर्ज करने पर निगेटिव आएगा, जो इंडिकेट करता है कि जब किसी कॉन्वेक्स लेंस को वैसे लिक्विड में इमर्ज किया जाए जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ग्लास के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से ज़्यादा है, लेंस मटेरियल के रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स से ज़्यादा है, तो वह कॉन्वेक्स लेंस बिहेव करेगा कॉन्केव लेंस जैसा, दैट इज डाइवर्जिंग लेंस जैसा। लेकिन इस ऑप्शन में चूँकि रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कॉन्वेक्स लेंस का n=1.5 है जो कि ग्लास का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स है, और उसको वाटर में इमर्ज किया जाता है जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.33 है, देन द कॉन्वेक्स लेंस बिहेव्स एज ए कन्वर्जिंग लेंस और कॉन्वेक्स लेंस, तो ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट। OMR सीट में ऑप्शन ए के सर्किल को फुली शेडेड किया जाएगा ब्लू पेन से या ब्लैक पेन से। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, द एनर्जी ऑफ ए फोटोन ऑफ वेवलेंथ लैम्डा इज ऑप्शन ए SC लैम्डा, ऑप्शन बी SC by लैम्डा, ऑप्शन सी H लैम्डा by C, ऑप्शन डी लैम्डा by SC। करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेवलेंथ एनर्जी ऑफ ए फोटोन इज SC by लैम्डा, एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी इट इज E = h nu and nu = C by lambda. So correct option is SC by lambda, and it is also an important objective question. Now question number 5, the time in which radioactive substance becomes half of its initial amount is called option A average life, B half life, C time period, D decay constant. जितने समय में कोई रेडियोएक्टिव सब्सटेंस का क्वांटिटी ओरिजिनली जितना अमाउंट है रेडियोएक्टिव सब्सटेंस का उसका हाफ हो जाए तो उसे क्या कहा जाता है, तो उसे 4 ऑप्शंस में हाफ लाइफ पीरियड कहा जाता है, जिसको T हाफ से डिनोट किया जाता है। ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट, देन ऑप्शन बी सर्किल ऑफ ऑप्शन बी इज फुली ब्लैकेंड विथ ब्लू और fully shaded with blue or black pen. So half life period, the time in which radioactive substance becomes half of its initial amount is called half life period. Option B is correct. Now question number 6, with the increase of temperature the resistivity or a specific resistance of semiconductor, option A increases, B decreases, C remains constant and B becomes 0. Correct option is decreases. With increase of temperature the resistivity of semiconductor decreases while resistivity of a conductor increases with increase in temperature. So option B is correct. Here the substance is semiconductor, तो सेमीकंडक्टर का रेजिस्टिविटी टेम्परेचर बढ़ने के साथ डिक्रीज करता है, सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट, डिक्रीजेज। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, द हाइट ऑफ टीवी टावर एट ए सर्टेन प्लेस इज 22 to 45 मीटर, द मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस अप टू विच प्रोग्राम कैन बी रिसीव्ड इज ऑप्शन ए 245 मीटर, बी 245 किलोमीटर, ऑप्शन सी 56 किलोमीटर, एंड ऑप्शन डी इज 112 किलोमीटर। Correct option is 56 kilometer, and this can be obtained by using the formula D is equal to root under 2HR, where H is height of the TV tower which is 245 meter, and R is 6400 kilometer, that is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 किलोमीटर। और इसे कैलकुलेट करने के बाद ये स्क्वायर रूट इसका लेने के बाद 56 किलोमीटर, 56 इंटू 10⁻³ मीटर, दैट इज 56 किलोमीटर. सो करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज 56 मीटर. किसी टीवी टावर का जिसका हाइट 245 मीटर है, तो मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस जहाँ तक प्रोग्राम का, टीवी प्रोग्राम का टेलीकास्ट हो सकता है, टीवी प्रोग्राम जहाँ तक जितने डिस्टेंस तक कवर कर सकता है एरिया, वह डिस्टेंस कितना है? वह डिस्टेंस 56 किलोमीटर होगा. द फॉर्मूला इज D = √2HR. और इसे मल्टीपल चॉइस ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन के रूप में भी पूछा जा सकता है कि इस डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला क्या होगा. D = √2HR. और 3 ऑप्शंस रॉन्ग होंगे तो उसमें सही ऑप्शन होगा D = √2HR. वह डिस्टेंस जहाँ तक किसी टीवी टावर से जितने डिस्टेंस तक, उसके अराउंड डिस्टेंस, जितने डिस्टेंस तक उस प्रोग्राम को सुना जा सकता है, प्रोग्राम जहाँ तक जा सकता है, पहुँच सकता है, वह डिस्टेंस D = √2HR, which is also called radio horizon. Now multiple choice question number 8. The value of angle of dip at the earth magnetic pole is option A 0 degree, option B 45 degree, option C 90 degree, option D 180 degree. Correct option is C 90 degree. अर्थ के मैग्नेटिक पोल पर एंगल ऑफ डीप का वैल्यू 90 डिग्री होता है, जो कि मैक्सिमम होता है. इक्वेटर पर मिनिमम होता है एंगल ऑफ डीप, जो कि 0 डिग्री होता है. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. इक्विवेलेंट फोकल लेंथ ऑफ 2 lenses in contact having power -15D, -15, that is 15D and +5D will be option A -20 cm, option B -10 cm, option C +10 cm, option D +20 cm. 2 लेंसेस हैं जो कि फिजिकली कांटेक्ट में हैं, एक टच में हैं, और एक लेंस, पहले लेंस का पावर है -15D, दैट इज P1 = -15D, और निगेटिव साइन इंडिकेट करता है कि लेंस कॉन्केव लेंस है, दैट इज डाइवर्जिंग लेंस. एंड सेकेंड लेंस इज कॉन्वेक्स लेंस बिकॉज इस पावर इज पॉजिटिव +5D, which indicates that it is a convex lens or converging lens. So P1 = -15D, P2 = +5D. Then combined power is P using the formula P1 + P2, that is -15D + 5D, that is -10D. The combined power of 2 lenses in contact will be -10D, but we have to find equivalent focal length. Now focal length F = 1/P, because P = 1/F. If F is expressed in meter, because SI unit of power of a lens is diopter, so focal length will be in meter. SI unit of focal length is meter. So F = 1/P, that is 1 by -10, because combined power is -10 diopter. So focal length of the lens combination is, or equivalent lens is F = 1/P, that is 1/-10, which is power -10 diopter. Then focal length will be in meter, and 1 meter is 100 cm, that is 1 meter. In place of 1 meter, we can write in the numerator 100 cm. So 100 cm upon -10, that is -10 cm. So option B is correct. Now question number 10. The resistance of an ideal ammeter is option A 0, option B very small, option C very large, option D infinity. The resistance of an ideal ammeter is 0. Option A is correct, 0. Resistance of an ammeter is small, but resistance of an ideal ammeter is so small, then it is taken as 0. So resistance of an ideal ammeter is 0. Question number 11. The magnifying power of an astronomical telescope for normal adjustment or adjustment for infinity is option A FO/-FE, B -FO into FE, C -FE upon FO, D -FO plus FE. Correct. Option A is correct. That is magnifying power of an astronomical telescope for normal adjustment is capital M = FO/-FE. Option A is correct, where FO is the focal length of the objective and FE is the focal length of the eyepiece of an astronomical telescope. Now question number 12. The solar spectrum is option A continuous, B line spectrum, C a spectrum of black lines, D a spectrum of black bands. The spectrum of sunlight is continuous, but the spectrum of the sun itself is A spectrum of black lines, that is dark line spectrum. तो इस क्वेश्चन का हिंदी वर्जन में स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ लाइट रेडिएशन, स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ सनलाइट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द हिंदी वर्जन इसका सही करेक्ट आंसर होगा कंटिन्यूअस स्पेक्ट्रम, क्योंकि सनलाइट में ऑल वेवलेंथ्स आर प्रेजेंट बिटवीन वायलेट टू रेड, सो इट इज द स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ सनलाइट इज continuous spectrum. But in English language, the solar spectrum, this is confusing one. Solar spectrum is the spectrum of the sun itself, which consists of various dark lines which were discovered by scientist Fraunhofer. So a spectrum of sun itself, that is solar spectrum, is an example of option C, that is a spectrum of black lines. लेकिन चूंकि इस क्वेश्चन का हिंदी वर्जन में सनलाइट का स्पेक्ट्रम है, तो उसके अनुसार कंटिन्यूअस स्पेक्ट्रम ही होगा. इसका इंग्लिश वर्जन मेरे समझ से सोलर स्पेक्ट्रम वैसे नहीं होना चाहिए कंटिन्यूअस के लिए. यहाँ पर शायद मेरे समझ से यहाँ पर इंग्लिश वर्जन हिंदी वर्जन के थोड़ा सा अपोजिट है, लेकिन किसी एक वर्जन से ही आंसर होगा. तो हिंदी मीडियम में चूँकि सनलाइट का स्पेक्ट्रम कैसा होगा, तो वह कंटिन्यूअस स्पेक्ट्रम होगा, क्योंकि सनलाइट में सभी रेडिएशंस प्रेजेंट होते हैं, तो उसके अनुसार इसका आंसर होगा कंटिन्यूअस. लेकिन सोलर स्पेक्ट्रम, दैट इज स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ द सन, इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ डार्क लाइन स्पेक्ट्रम, दैट इज स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ ब्लैक लाइन्स. ऑप्शन सी विल ऑल्सो करेक्ट इन दिस केस फॉर ए सोलर स्पेक्ट्रम और स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ द सन, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू हिंदी वर्जन इट इज continuous spectrum, that is a spectrum of solar radiation or sunlight is continuous. Now question number 13, the torque tau experienced by a current loop of magnetic moment m vector placed in magnetic field b vector is option A, tau is equal to tau vector, symbol of torque is tau, it is a vector quantity, so tau vector, and an arrow is placed over the symbol tau. Tau is equal to m cross b, m vector cross b vector, b is equal to tau vector b. Option B, tau vector is equal to b vector cross m vector. C, option C, tau vector is equal to m vector cross b vector. D, tau vector is equal to m vector dot b vector. तो कोई करंट लूप अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बी में रखा गया है, तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जिसका सिंबल बी वेक्टर है, तो उस पर जो टॉर्क एक्ट करता है उसका फॉर्मूला है tau is equal to mb sin theta, which can be written as m vector cross b vector. So option A is correct, where m vector is the magnetic moment of the current loop and b vector is the symbol of magnetic field. So m vector cross b vector that can also be written as mb sin theta according to the formula of using the formula of vector product or cross product of two vectors, where theta is the angle between m vector, magnetic moment, and magnetic field. Now question number 14, if plus q charge is placed inside any spherical surface, then total flux coming out from whole surface will be option A, q multiplied by epsilon naught, B, q by epsilon naught, C, epsilon naught by q, D, q square by epsilon naught. Correct option is B, q by epsilon naught, which is Gauss's law. The electric flux emerging out of a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 times the charge present inside the closed surface. यहाँ पर भी प्लस क्यू चार्ज रखा गया है किसी स्फेरिकल सरफेस, दैट इज क्लोज सरफेस है, स्फेरिकल सरफेस, उसके अंदर. तो टोटल फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ द होल सरफेस इमर्जिंग आउट ऑफ द होल सरफेस विल बी phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught. So option B is correct. This is also a very important multiple choice objective question. Now question number 15, the Boolean expression for NAND gate is option A, y is equal to A or B, which is represented by symbol plus, because OR operation is in Boolean algebra is expressed by symbol plus. So y is equal to A plus B, that is A or B. B is equal to y is equal to A into B, that is A and B. And operation is represented by symbol dot in Boolean algebra. So y is equal to A dot B means A and B. C, y is equal to A plus B bar, and D, y is equal to A dot B bar. Correct option is y is equal to A and B bar, that is option D is correct. Y is equal to A and B, that is represented by the symbol dot, A dot B. A and B means A and B over bar. Now question number 16, so correct option is Boolean expression for NAND gate is y is equal to A and B bar. Question number 16, the working of a dynamo is work on the principle of option A, heating effect, option B, electromagnetic induction, abbreviated as E dot M dot I, EMI, C, induced magnetism, and D, induced electricity. The correct option is in EMI, electromagnetic induction. The working of a dynamo or generator is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So option B is correct in this question. Now question number 17. In an AC current circuit, the phase difference between current I and voltage V is phi. Then the wattless component of current will be option A I cos phi, B I tan phi, C I sin phi, and D I cos square phi. The correct option is I sin phi. किसी भी एसी सर्किट एसी करंट सर्किट में वोल्टेज भी एंड करंट आई के बीच का अगर फेज डिफरेंस फाई हो तो वाटलेस कंपोनेंट ऑफ करंट होता है आई साइन फाई, जिसके कारण पावर कंज्यूम्ड इन एन एसी और पावर डिसिपेटेड इन एन एसी सर्किट इज जीरो, एंड दैट component is I sin phi, that is wattless component of current, while I cos phi is wattful component of current. So option C is correct in this question. Wattless component of current in an AC circuit is I sin phi. So option C is correct, I sin phi. Now question number 18. In Earth's magnetic field BH, if the frequency of oscillation of a magnetic needle is n, a small n, then option A is n, frequency n directly proportional to BH is the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. B, n square varies as BH. Option C, n varies as BH square, and D, n square varies as 1 by BH. Correct option is n square varies as BH. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड BH, अर्थ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड BH में अगर कोई मैग्नेटिक निडल को ओसिलेट कराया जाए तो उसका टाइम पीरियड का एक्सप्रेशन होता है T = 2 पाई रूट अंडर I कैपिटल I बाई MBH, वेयर I इज द मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक निडल. So frequency is reciprocal of time period, n = 1 by T. Therefore frequency is n = 1 by 2 pi root under MBH upon I. Squaring on both sides, we have n square equals to 1 by 4 pi square, और रूट अंडर MBH अपॉन I का होल स्क्वायर इज ओनली MBH अपॉन I. All factors 2 pi, all terms 2 pi, all 2 pi capital M moment of inertia 2 pi square, that is 4 pi square are constant. So n square varies as BH. So correct option is n square, that is frequency square directly proportional to Earth's magnetic field BH. Option B is correct. Now question number 19. The wavefront due to a point source at a finite distance from the source is A spherical, C cylindrical, C plane, B cylindrical, C plane and D circular. वेव फ्रंट किसी पॉइंट सोर्स के कारण फाइनाइट डिस्टेंस पर किसी पॉइंट सोर्स, लाइट सोर्स अगर पॉइंट सोर्स है तो उसका वेव फ्रंट स्फेरिकल होता है. सो ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट. वेव फ्रंट, द वेव फ्रंट ड्यू टू ए पॉइंट सोर्स एट ए फाइनाइट डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सोर्स इज स्फेरिकल वेव फ्रंट. ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट. नाउ क्वेश्चन 20. द करंट फ्लोइंग इन ए वायर is 1 ampere if the charge on an electron is 1.6 into 10 to power minus 19 coulomb, that is electronic charge. Then the number of electrons flowing or passing through the wire per second is option A 0.625 into 10 to power 13, B 6.25 into 10 to the power minus 18, C 1.6 into 10 to power minus 19, and D option D is 1.6 into 10 to power 19. So in this problem, option B is correct. Current flowing through the wire per second is 6.25 into 10 to power 18 electrons flowing per second through the wire, using the formula n is equal to I upon E. Since I is equal to NE, a small n is equal to capital I, that is capital I or small I, symbol of electric current is either small I or capital I. So n is equal to I, capital I upon say capital I upon a small e, charge on electron. I is 1 ampere and a small e is 1.6 into 10 to power. A small e, charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So 1 ampere upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, minus 19 ऊपर न्यूमरेटर में जा करके न्यूमरेटर में ले जाने पर 10 टू पावर प्लस 19 हो जाएगा. 1 अपॉन 1.6 दैट इज 10/16, और 10 टू पावर 19 से एक जीरो अगर मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया जाए 10 से तो 100 अपॉन 16 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 10 टू पावर 18, और 100 में 16 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो 6.25 इंटू 10 टू पावर 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स will flow through the wire per second for electric current 1 ampere, if electric current 1 ampere is passing through that wire. Now question number 21, which is the ratio of root mean square value of AC, alternating current, that is RMS value of AC, and peak value of an alternating current is option A root 2, option B 1 by root 2, option C 1 by 2, option D 2 root 2. The correct option is B 1 by root 2, because I RMS current is RMS value of current AC is RMS value of AC, I RMS is related to peak value of AC by relation I RMS is equal to I naught by root 2. Therefore, I RMS by I naught equals to 1 by root 2. So option B is correct. Now question number 22. The susceptibility, magnetic susceptibility of paramagnetic substance is A constant, B 0, C infinity, and D depends on magnetic field. किसी पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस का मैग्नेटिक ससेप्टिबिलिटी का वैल्यू स्मॉल होता है, लेकिन पॉजिटिव वैल्यू होता है, स्मॉल बट पॉजिटिव, विच इज कांस्टेंट. सो ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट. द मैग्नेटिक ससेप्टिबिलिटी ऑफ ए पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस is small, is very small but positive, which is constant. So option A is correct. While magnetic susceptibility of a diamagnetic material is very small but negative. So correct option is constant. Magnetic susceptibility of a paramagnetic substance is constant, which is small but positive, which is constant. Option A is correct. Now question 23. The power factor of LR circuit is option A R plus omega L, option B R upon root under R square plus omega square L square. Omega L is the inductive reactance. Omega R upon R square root under R square plus omega square L square. Option C R into root under R square plus omega square L square, and option D omega L upon R. The correct option is the power factor of LR circuit. The power factor is expressed by cos phi. So cos phi, which is the ratio of true power to the apparent power. In an LR circuit, tan phi is L omega upon R, L omega or omega L upon R, tan phi, that is phase angle of tangent between the phase angle voltage and current, that is phi, और उसका tangent tan phi is equal to omega L omega upon R. Therefore, cos phi is equal to R upon root under R square plus omega square L square. So power factor of LR circuit is R upon root under R square plus omega square L square. Option B is correct, and it is a very important multiple choice objective question. Now question number 24. Which of the following has maximum refractive index? Option A glass, option B water, option C iron, option D diamond. Correct option is diamond. Refractive index of diamond is largest among these options. A is glass, B is water, C is iron, and D is diamond. So option D is correct. Refractive index of diamond is nearly 2.42. So out of 4 given options, option D is correct. Refractive index of diamond is maximum in the 4 options given in the question. Now question 25. 2-point charges plus 10 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb, minus 10 mu c, plus 10 microcoulomb is written as plus 10 mu c. 1 micro is written by the symbol mu, are placed at a distance of 40 centimeter in air. Potential energy of the system will be option A 2.2 plus 2.25 joule J joule, B 2.235 joule J, C minus 2.25 J, and D minus 2.35 J. In this, correct option is C minus 2.25 joule. But how? Because by using the formula of electrostatic potential energy of a system of 2-point charges, we have U12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R. Here both charges are, two charges are plus 10 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb. So formula for potential energy of system of 2-point charges is 1 by 2, 1 to U12, that is potential energy between potential energy of the system of 2-point charges. One stands for charge Q1, first charge, and 2 stands for charge Q2, that is second charge. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R, R12, that is separation between 2-point charges. यहाँ point charge है, यहाँ plus 10 microcoulomb है Q1, और ये second charge है minus 10 microcoulomb, separated by distance R equals to 40 cm, that is 40 by 100 meter, 40 into 10 to power minus 2 meter or 0.4 meter. Then U12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which is written as 9 into 10 to power 9 multiplied by Q1 Q2 by R. Q1 is 10 plus 10 microcoulomb, that is plus 10 into 10 to the power minus 6. 1 micro is 10 to the power minus 6, and Q2 is minus 10 microcoulomb, which is minus 10 into 10 to the power minus 6, and R is 40 cm, that is 40 by 100, that is 40 into 10 to the power minus 2 मीटर. माइनस 2 से माइनस 6 का पावर, 2 पावर न्यूट्रलाइज हो गया, तो माइनस 4 पावर बचेगा न्यूमरेटर में, और 40 का 0 10 के 0 से न्यूमरेटर में कैंसिल हो गया, न्यूमरेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर का. तो अब इसमें अब 10 टू द पावर प्लस 9 और यहाँ 10 इंटू 10 टू द पावर माइनस 6 और 10 टू द पावर माइनस 4, 10 टू द पावर माइनस 10, 10 टू द पावर माइनस 10 हो गया, और यहाँ 10 टू द पावर प्लस 9 है, तो 10 टू द पावर माइनस 1 बचेगा. और यहाँ पर फिर अब 4 है, तो 4 को और 10 है, तो ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा 2 से, तो नीचे 2 हो जाएगा, ऊपर 5 हो जाएगा. तो 9 इंटू, ऊपर में क्या बचा न्यूमरेटर में, 9 इंटू 5, दैट इज 45, और नीचे में डिनोमिनेटर में 2, 45 अपॉन 2, और पावर निगेटिव 10 टू पावर माइनस 6 एंड 10 टू पावर माइनस 4, दैट इज 10 टू पावर माइनस 10, और हेयर 10 टू पावर प्लस 9. तो 10 टू पावर प्लस 9 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 10 टू पावर माइनस 10, दैट इज 10 टू पावर माइनस 1. 10 टू पावर माइनस 1 मीन्स 4.5, दैट इज 45 बाई 10, दैट इज 4.5 बाई 2, दैट इज डिवाइड किया जाए 4.5 में 2 से, तो 2 बार 2 टाइम्स 2 2 या 4, 2 पॉइंट, फिर 2 से 5 में डिवाइड करेंगे, तो 2 2 या 4, दैट इज़ 2 एंड 1, फिर 0 हो जाएगा, तो 2 5 या 10, 2.25 माइनस 2.25, यहाँ माइनस भी है U12 फार्मूला में, तो माइनस 2.25 जूल. दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऑफ 2 point charges plus 10 microcoulomb and minus 10 microcoulomb, which are placed at a distance 40 centimeter in air. The potential energy of the system of 2 charges will be minus 2.25 joule, जो मैंने पहले बतलाया. ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट, और यहाँ पर उसे सॉल्व भी कर दिया. U12, that is potential energy of the system of 2 charges is minus 2.25 joule. Unit of potential energy, SI unit of potential energy is joule. Another unit is electron volt. Now question number 26. When two bulbs of power 60 watt and 40 watt are connected in series, then the power of their combination will be option A 100 watt, option B 2400 watt, that is 2400 watt, C 30 watt, and D 24 watt. Correct option is 24 watt. Because formula for power, effective power or total power of two bulbs of powers P1 and P2 joined in series is given by P equals to P1 into P2 upon P1 plus P2. That is total power PT equals to P1. P1 is 60 watt, power of the first bulb, and power of the second bulb is 40 watt. So 60 into 40. P1 P2 upon 60 P1 plus P2 in the denominator, so 60 plus 40. 60 into 40 is 2400, and 60 plus 40 is 100. 20 in the denominator and numerator will cancel out, so we will left with 24 watt. So correct option, correct answer is 24 watt, which is option D. Now question number 27. The stored energy, that is energy stored in a capacitor. The stored energy of a capacitor charged to 100 volt potential is 1 joule. Capacitance of the capacitor is option A 2 into 10 to power 4 farad, 2 into 10 to power minus 4 farad, C 2 into 10 to power 2 farad, and D 2 into 10 to power minus 2 farad. For the answer of this problem, multiple choice question, we have to use the formula of potential energy of stored in a capacitor. Electrostatic potential energy stored in a capacitor is U is equal to half CV square. But here potential energy U and potential energy capital U and potential V is given. We have to find capacitance of the capacitor. Therefore, we have C equals to 2U upon V square, and 2 it is equal to 2, and energy stored in the of a capacitor is 1 joule. So 2 into 1, in place of U, capital U, we can write 1 joule upon V is 100 volt supply voltage. So 2 into 1 upon 100 square, that is 2 2 multiplied by 100 square, that is 10 to power 4 in the denominator, and we can write it as 2 into 10 to power minus 4. So answer is potential energy stored in the capacitor is capital U is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4, and its unit is joule. It is answer of this problem. 2 into 10 to the power capital U is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 joule. So option B is correct. We have find U is given 1 joule, so we have find C. Formula for C is 2U upon V square. So capacitance of the capacitor is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 farad. SI unit of capacitance is farad. So C is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 farad, and potential energy is given. Potential energy stored in the capacitor is 1 joule. So and the capacitor is charged to potential 100 volt. So capacitance of the capacitor is C is equal to 2U by V square, that is 2 into 1 upon 100 square, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 farad. So option B is correct. 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 farad capacitance of the capacitor is. Now question number 28. The modulation index in amplitude modulation. Option A is always 0, B lies between 0 and 1, C lies between 1 and infinity, and D can never exceed 0.5. This multiple choice objective question is taken from chapter 15 of class 12 state board's syllabus, communication system. The modulation index, which is denoted by the symbol small m a, suffix में a रहेगा, ma, small ma, m भी small और suffix में a भी small, ma, modulation index ma in amplitude modulation. Option A is always 0, B lies between 0 and 1, C lies between 1 and infinity, and D can never exceeds 0.5. Correct option is lies between 0 and 1. Modulation index lies between 0 and 1, and it is expressed as percentage. It is expressed in terms of percentage. That is, if MA is 0.5, then modulation is 50%. If modulation index is 0.3, then modulation is 30%. If modulation index is 0.9, then modulation is 90%. And if M is equal to 1, then modulation is 100%. So modulation index lies between 0 and 1. Option B is correct. It is a very important multiple choice objective question. Now question number 29. Power of an electric current. Power of an electric current or electric circuit is A V into R, B V square R, C V square R, V square upon R, and D V square RT. Correct option is in terms of potential difference. At constant potential difference, power of an electric current or electrical circuit is V square by R, because power is equal to V into I, voltage into current. But when potential difference is constant, then I is written as V by R. Therefore, V into I, that is I by R. V into I, that is V by R. That means V into V, V square by R. And in terms of current, V is equal to, we can write V is equal to IR. Then power is equal to voltage into current, V into I, and V is V into I, V is IR multiplied by because power is V into I, and in terms of if current is constant, then V is equal to IR using Ohm's law, IR multiplied by I, that is I square R. तो अगर ये क्वेश्चन होता पावर ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रिक करंट या पावर ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रिक सर्किट इन टर्म्स ऑफ करंट एट कांस्टेंट करंट, तो आई स्क्वायर आर भी होता. तो ऑप्शन ये क्वेश्चन बदल के आई स्क्वायर इन प्लेस ऑफ वी स्क्वायर बाई आर आई स्क्वायर आर भी होता. तो इन टर्म्स ऑफ करंट पावर का फॉर्मूला सही होता. बट इन दिस केस पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इज कांस्टेंट, सो पावर ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट इज वी स्क्वायर बाई आर. ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट. नाउ question number 30, multiple choice question. At constant PD, the resistance of an electric circuit is halved, that is 1/2. resistance को half कर दिया गया. Then the value of heat produced will be option A half, B double, C 4 times, D same. Option B is correct, double, because at constant potential difference, if V is constant, then heat produced in a resistor or in a wire per second is given by H is equal to V square by R. That is, heat produced per second in a resistor is inversely proportional to R. That is, H varies as 1 by R. So H varies as 1 by R means H2 by H1. H1 by H2 is equal to R2 by I1, or H2 by H1 is equal to R1 by R2. H2 by H1 is R1 by R2. So R को यहाँ पर हाफ कर रहा है, हाफ किया जा रहा है, तो R2 is equal to R1 by 2. So H2 by H1 is equal to R1 by R2 and here in the problem R2 is R1 by 2. तो डिनोमिनेटर में R2 की जगह R1 by 2 रिप्लेस करेंगे, ऊपर R1 है तो R1 से R1 कैंसिल हो जाएगा और 2 न्यूमिनेटर में चला जाएगा. Therefore H2 by H1 is equal to 2 by 1, that is H2 is equal to 2H1, that is heat produced when the resistance of the resistor or wire is halved, then heat produced in the resistor will be doubled because H varies as 1 by R. Heat produced in the resistor at constant potential difference per second is inversely proportional to resistance, that is H varies as 1 by R. So correct option B is correct, that is the value of heat produced in the resistor when its resistance becomes half is double, that is H2 is equal to 2H1. So option B is correct, double. Now question number 31, SI unit of surface charge density will be option A is coulomb per meter square, cm minus 2, option B is Newton per meter, that is Nm capital N, small m minus 1, m that is Newton meter inverse, C coulomb per volt, that is Cv minus 1, and D coulomb meter that is Cm capital C, coulomb stand for coulomb, symbol for coulomb is capital C, and m for meter, that is Cm. Surface charge density is defined as charge per unit area, charge per unit surface area, that is unit of SI unit of charge is coulomb and SI unit of area is meter square. So correct option A is correct, which is coulomb per meter square or Cm minus 2. So option A is correct, and this is also an important multiple choice objective question. Now question number 32, deviation of a thin prism of refractive index n and a small n. Refractive index can also be expressed as mu. Symbol of refractive index is mu also, and but here symbol of refractive index is a small n. So deviation of a thin prism of refractive index n and angle of prism is option A, delta is equal to 1 minus n into A, B under bracket delta is equal to under bracket n minus 1 A, C delta is equal to n plus 1 under bracket A, and D delta is equal to under bracket 1 plus n A square. Correct option is delta is equal to n minus 1 under bracket into capital A, where n is the refractive index of the prism material, that is refractive index of the glass, and A is the angle of prism. So option B is correct. This is a formula for deviation produced by a thin prism, delta is equal to n minus 1 into A, and this is also a very important objective question. Now question number 33, light owes its color to its due to its option A frequency, B velocity, C phase, and D amplitude. लाइट का कलर होता है 4 क्वांटिटीज गिवन है, दिया हुआ है, उसमें से फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑप्शन ए करेक्ट, ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट, दैट इज फ्रीक्वेंसी. लाइट का कलर उसके फ्रीक्वेंसी के कारण होता है. इस क्वेश्चन में अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी की जगह वेवलेंथ होता तो अभी सही आंसर होता है. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 33 का आंसर ए, मतलब फ्रीक्वेंसी, आंसर फ्रीक्वेंसी होगा जो ऑप्शन ए में है. सो ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट. लाइट ऑज इट्स कलर ड्यू टू इट्स फ्रीक्वेंसी. Option A is correct. Now multiple choice question number 34. The electric potential in equatorial position of an electric dipole is option A V equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta upon R square, B V equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P upon R square, C is V, which is the symbol of electrostatic potential or electric potential, V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R, and D electric potential V equals to 0. Correct option is D, that is electric potential in equatorial position of an electric dipole at any point of the equatorial line, electric potential is 0. So option D is correct, V is equal to 0, because formula for electric potential at any point at distance small r from the center of an electric dipole inclined at angle theta to the dipole axis is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta upon R square. But for in equatorial position, that is a point lies on the perpendicular bisector of an electric dipole, theta equals to 90 degree. So electric potential in equatorial position becomes V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos 90 by R square, and cos 90 is 0. So electric potential is also 0 in equatorial position of an electric dipole. So option D is correct, V is equal to 0. And it is also a very important objective questions for all 12th board examinations. Now question number 35. Cylindrical lenses are used to correct the eye defect called option A myopia, B hypermetropia, C astigmatism, and D presbyopia. Correct option is astigmatism. Cylindrical lenses are used to correct the eye defect, and that eye defect is called astigmatism. So option C is correct. Correct answer is astigmatism. This is last question of this question paper, physics question paper, Bihar Board, BSEB 2019 exam, Group A, section, that is section A, objective type questions, and SETI. So this ends the video as well. If this video is useful to you, then like this video, share this video to others, and subscribe in large numbers. Thank you very much.